Hey guys, sorry about that. I think I had a little connection issue. Welcome to Facebook Live. We're coming to you today from Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. We are a plant-based spiritual center and life advancement center. I want to thank you guys for joining us. We're going to wait for it to build for a second. I've been really busy. We've been working at Rythmia since September 1st. And we've gotten tremendous things happening here. We built a brand new temple. We extended our temple. We built a brand new health club and spa with mud baths, everything that's amazing, and expanded our conference center. We had a wonderful week here. We had about 80 people, and they had just the most incredible time. My name is Jerry. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I was a business guy that did pretty good, and I was just at the end of my rope, suicidal, and had terrible life. I was a terrible guy, and I went through an experience with plant medicine that changed my life, and really changed my life at the core of my being, and showed me a different way of living. And since then, we've built this place that accommodates about 100 people a week, has accommodations for 100 people a week, and they have the most amazing time because we believe in something here. We believe that something happens early in your life that makes you split from your soul but stays within your aura. And when you split from your soul and you become something else, that all sadness, all disease, and all addictions come from this split. And once we heal that split, all of these things go away, and life gets really cool and interesting. So our whole premise here is based on this split and putting it back together. So, and if you hear some stuff, that's a grass cutter right there. But our whole idea is based on this split and coming back together. And that's what we work so hard to do here. And the results are amazing. People from all walks of life. We've had about 3,800 people through the doors already. And those people have had such a change and such a shift as a result of them coming back together. This coming back together. And so what helps us do this is the medicine. And the medicine I'm talking about is ayahuasca. So you can go anywhere and do ayahuasca. You can do ayahuasca on your own couch. You can order the stuff from the internet and cook it and do it on your couch. It's not the way I would say to do it. We have a program, and it's a program that we were guided to use through the use of ayahuasca, and that program actually through another plant, but then through the use of ayahuasca. And it works, and it works so great. Out of every 1,000 people, 926 say yes, they got this miracle of coming back together. So each week I get people on this little broadcast, and we talk about their experience from the week. And this week I have a wonderful guy with me, Randy. Come on in, Rand. Have a seat, brother.
Hey, how are you?
I had such fun with this guy this week. Such a genuine fucking guy. Real dude. Randy, tell us where you're from.
I'm presently living in Florida for the last 35 years. South Florida.
And you're from the Midwest?
I grew up in Michigan.
In Central Michigan. And your spiritual journey started...
Oh, basically maybe 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
Right.
And how old are you today?
I'm 71.
Bingo. Bingo. And tell us a little bit about your life and what led you to, hey Jill, hey Lori, hi guys, what led you to coming to this spiritual path?
Actually, I started sourcing out why I had certain feelings. I knew that there was something more than, just me. And so I started looking, and one thing led to another and different modalities. And over the years, I was able to study and hopefully grow a little bit through it. And And so that's where I'm at today. I'm very blessed that I was able to learn from some really cool people, mentors or whatever that you want to call them. And I really feel that they were sent to me. They were sent to me to help me out.
In your life, you practice yoga?
Oh yeah, I'm a yoga teacher.
Yoga teacher, and you had spent some time in Vietnam.
Yes, I did 2 tours in Vietnam, and I worked with Special Ops Command. So did a lot of nasty things. So.
And so, do you think that your time spent in Vietnam was a catalyst to you wanting to find answers that you might not have had, or?
Not at the beginning, but when I got back from Vietnam, it was pretty challenging to sort of, nowadays we call it reintegrating, right? So I ran on such a high energy level, basically. I was in hypervigilant for maybe, 2 years, running from the parasympathetic to the sympathetic. And I needed that adrenaline, I needed that rush to continue every day.
The fear of your existence, like the fear of being hunted, or what was that?
Not really necessarily a fear of it, because I really didn't give a shit about, that kind of stuff. It was that I was so used to being tuned in on a higher level for survival, basically. So when I got back to the States, it was more, what do I do to pump that, keep it up?
Because you didn't feel that zzz, like no buzz, right?
No buzz, right. So, I did some pretty unsavory things to keep that level up. Sold drugs for a long time. And,
fantastic.
Stayed one step ahead of the feds. And that created that mystique and that adventure, which is pretty absurd.
No, but it's very, very human, because you wanted to keep that.
Right.
You were in that experience mode of fight or flight, like almost all the time. You'd probably be like wanting to keep that going and finding something else that was equally scary, right, and challenging and all that. So it'd be fun. So let me ask you this: did there become a time after you got home that you started regretting or feeling bad or anything about anything that you did in Vietnam?
Oh yeah. Let's see, where do I start? Okay, so I carried guilt for a long time, and I went through all the rhetoric about let it go, and the justification for why we were there, what we were doing, was because it was war, or an act of war, and I rode with that for a while. But after a while, that really wasn't what I was feeling. I still had a deeper level of guilt. When you take a life, irregardless of if it's your job, if you're like in law enforcement or something, you have to take a life, that still resonates in your being for a long time. And I had no way of releasing that or getting through it or getting over it, so that I could have some peace with it. So yeah, I carried that for a long time, and went back and forth with it, and I've been, what we call doing the work for a long time, and still, it was still there. So actually, can I tell you about my experience here?
Well, wait, can I ask you something first? Hang on, wait. So I want to ask something first. So you did a lot of work before you got here. Your 20 years of going hard, 25 years of really doing the work, yoga, meditation, workshops, trainings. You told me like you really were in it. And it shows, because when you come into a place, you have a peace about you and a softness in your heart. And I'll tell you, I know you're a badass, but I know that there's this, I know you were, and you have this sweet softness about you. And I just thought, oh my God, I like this guy. So jump ahead and now tell us about you here.
Okay. Fortunately, I met a wonderful woman about 22 years ago, and I was in a very dark space. I drank all the time, I partied all the time, and that was my way of dealing with my shit, the issues. And she really helped me get on a really great path. She is a Reiki master, and I actually started studying under her, and then we ended up being a couple. So I made a good choice on that one. So she's been very instrumental in helping me on this journey, you know. So anyways, about 20 years ago, we took a trip to Brazil and did some medicine. And I had a wonderful awakening there, a wonderful time. It's nothing like what you have here as far on the materialistic side of it. This place is killer, by the way. And, you know, ours was in the jungle, and you know, you pooped in a hole and you slept on a mat, you know, type of thing, which was great. I mean, I'm not trying to compare or whatever. The hit that I got was so monumental that catapulted me. That showed me a way. The medicine opened me that to like follow this path now a little bit. Here you go, dude. We're offering this to you. Accept it or go back to drinking and partying or whatever. So, you know, I think I made the right choice. Yeah. And followed through, and that opened the door for trying to get closer to source and get closer with myself and try to understand things. So through the years and the modalities that I was able to learn, I'm always looking, you know, for to learn new things and to meet other people that may be on a higher frequency. And so we got turned on to some people said, oh, you know, you've been to, you know, Rythmia. I'm like, I don't know. I'll check them out. So it's funny because I've been to Costa Rica many times and I've driven past this place and never knew it was here.
Interesting.
So finally was able to make it, and you know, we watch the YouTube videos, of course. I'm a media guy, so you know, I look at technological things and authenticity, and that's one thing. I like the way that you come, you know, the way that you present and that you bring it. You come from integrity and truth, and that resonated with me. So you know, we saved up our bucks and booked a week here,
and what did you think when you came? You were like, what did you come for? Tell me, like, and then, like, what did you come for?
Well, I had a couple of intentions because I did a little bit of work, you know, before we came. Right. I mean, to the level of starting to detox, you know, physically, getting ready. So I knew, ooh, it's gonna be good. As far as the intentions went, the few times that we were together, I really enjoyed it, and I was really feeling the energy, but yet I was still kind of apprehensive a little bit about surrendering the way that I should. I knew, right? So the very last night that we had the ceremony, I set my intention truthfully and honestly, and I set it to where I have a black hole in my heart, and I wanted that to be healed. And what was that black hole? And there were several things in it, you know, guilt again, you know, things like of that nature. A couple things I don't really want to blow out to everybody on Facebook, you know. But basically, that was it. I came to get my heart healed, and so many things come from that, of course. And it happened, man. So
it did happen.
Oh yeah.
So can you tell us about how it happened?
Well, in the beginning, the shaman asked to come up for a consult, and I had never really had that. And so I thought, oh, this is really cool. I get to go up there and talk to the person and see what's going on. And he was direct with me, and he said, give me a direct intention. So I told him, I said, I got a black hole in my heart. I want it healed. And we talked a little bit more about it, and he goes, okay, I'll take care of that for you. So I believed in that. So, you know, the faith and the belief in it is part of it. So, you know, you can go through all the motions of doing this and doing that, but if you don't really believe that the healing power can come in many ways, and especially through plant, the medicine. It's just, yeah.
So tell me, what did she come to heal your heart?
Absolutely.
You drank the medicine.
Right.
What did she look like? So tell me. Tell them.
Actually, I'm a very visual guy. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I've been, like if you want a journey, call it journeying, whatever, over the years. And I'm always very, very visual. But lots of colors, lots of geometrical symbols and everything. This time, the whole time, nothing.
Wow.
No colors whatsoever. So it came in on a much deeper level. So even in meditation, if she comes in or your messages come in, I've always had that visual. Not here this time. It was so deep that there was, and I believe that I was not shown visibly because that would have been a distraction to me. So it was all more through the heart, man. I mean,
and she
yeah.
spoke to your heart and
Oh,
said, what did she do?
She came in and said, this is what you asked for. You don't need to worry about this shit anymore. And you're good to go. You're taken care of. And it's not funny.
It's beautiful.
And it's that feeling of inner peace that came in. It just washed over me. And of course, I washed it back out through, but.
I was sitting next to you.
Yeah,
I was in the next bed.
I remember hearing you.
Yeah. So here's the most beautiful part about this and about this guy. This guy here, that he's a really serious guy, and came to this part where he allowed this softness to come in and to heal him. And had he not been present for this, it wouldn't have happened. So just like anything else, if you don't believe that the medicine's going to heal you, it won't. Everything is based on belief. Every single atom in your body, every cell in your body is hooked into your belief. So when you were here and you saw these other 80 souls floating around, when you first got here, you had to think, what are all these people doing? Like, it's just such a varied, eclectic group of people. From 18 years old to 77 or 78, like it's a real, and from blue-collar workers to bankers to stock people to just everything, doctors, just everything, and put into this pile.
All over the world, too.
And they're from all over the world that come here, right? But when you see them, they all come in at different places, and they all end up at one place. It's so beautiful. Today we had closing group, and to hear the way people were being healed, it's just the most amazing thing. And so I want you to know that it's never too late. It's always on time, and it's always right. So if you're feeling it, here's the thing. This is what Randy did that sets people apart. This week there were 80 people here. This week coming there's 87. Those are 87 people that made up their mind that it's time. And once you make up your mind that it's time, everything else works and it unfolds to get you here. But you gotta say, I'm ready. And from that point, and by the way, if you have questions today, call this number, 866-936-9446, and we have people ready to answer your questions. You don't have to book your trip. If you just have questions, they're there to answer them, and they're there for you. Can I ask you this? So what did you think of the place itself and the staff? Like,
I've traveled a lot of places, and I've stayed in dirt huts, and I've stayed in 5-star resorts. This is definitely 5-star. I really like the not just the physical buildings. I know you talked about you extended the temple, and you have the new spa and all that. That fits right in with what I expected. But the people that work here, I don't know if it's just basically Costa Rica people are like that, but they're just so friendly. They're so tapped into whatever that you need. The staff is wonderful. The presenters, the workshops, workshops that Luke did blew me away.
He's fantastic.
The knowledge
right?
that this guy has is unbelievable. So, I mean, if there's somebody out there that just wants to come and get educated on so many different levels, that's really an awesome experience. But the medicine really is the cherry on the top. So.
It's good. And so, listen, guys, come here. And I want to tell you what, this is the one thing that I tell you. If you're upset, and if you're discouraged, and if you think that there's no hope, you're wrong. Because the thing that we learn on the medicine is this. There's only room for love and forgiveness. That's all there's room for. So like what's so crazy is when the medicine takes you over, it just squeezes the other shit out of you. And then all that's left is love and forgiveness. And then you say, holy shit, guess what? When I look outside of myself now, all I see is this love and forgiveness. So please don't give up. Please don't shortchange yourself. Don't give up. Don't say it can't happen to you. It will happen to you. And the thing is, just make yourself available to it, and it will occur. So listen, Randy, I want to thank you so much, brother, for coming and sharing this time with me. I was right next to him. I was puking all night right now, and I even heard him laugh. I was like, because me and the guy next to me were puking so bad that it was so loud and they were laughing. But trust me, come and get cleaned out and you can get a whole new life. Thank you so much for the work you do. Can you tell them about what you do too? So winding up.
Well, I've been involved with a nonprofit organization called Connected Warriors. That is a yoga program for military. And we teach yoga and meditation, of course. It's not just for military, it's for their support system. It is totally geared for trauma conscious. So we dial in, we focus primarily on trauma, which everybody has trauma at some point in their life. And it started in 2010, and the programs have been able to develop over time. And we're, 24, 25 states. We're international.
Fantastic.
We have a lot of great people.
And is the website Connected Warriors?
It is, connectedwarriors.org.
Connectedwarriors.org. And you're a nonprofit, and you take donations and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. Look him up.
Yeah. I just work with them. I'm a media director for them. I was fortunate to be trained by the founder, a gal named Judy Weaver, and she's my teacher. I became a yoga teacher to teach vets. Fantastic. And that's my path right now. I also have can I plug my other one?
Yeah. Go to town.
Okay, I have another nonprofit that I run. It's called Yoga for Vets. It's a resource site. So if you're a teacher out there, or you have a studio and you want to give back, you want to start bringing in the veteran community, just go on the site. It's a directory, and you do need to offer at least 4 free classes for every vet or family member that comes in. That gives them the opportunity to be introduced to yoga and meditation and see if they like it or not. So.
And what's the website on that?
yogaforvets.org.
yogaforvets.org. So please take a look at this up. Look this up. This guy's a great guy. Any help that you can give him, you give him. And we want to thank you guys. Come to Rythmia. See me. I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. So come and see me. Okay? God bless you guys. God bless you. God keep you. God hold you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. And we'll see you at Rythmia. Ciao.